I have on the 71 460, we have got the pan on it. I got one of the heads on it yesterday, cleaned it up. Everything looked pretty good with that head. Pulled the valves and the springs, cleaned the head out, just whatever little grime and gook was on it, and checked the seats. All the seats seem to be good, and it's had real good contact on it, are all shiny, had a nice shiny ring on it, and used a thread tap and thread tapped all the holes. I thought I had one exhaust hole that looked like it was going to be a problem, but really it was just some dirt in the bottom of it. Cleaned that out, tapped her. Well, that one's pretty good. This one looks pretty good. At first glance, looks pretty good. I was storing them with you ever use this packing shrink wrap stuff? Works pretty good. It doesn't cost a whole lot, and it keeps all the dust and crud out of something so you can get to it. The only thing I have to do today, we need to go turn on the compressor. So if you want to take a picture of that, I'll go plug that in. Too bad right now this morning. I'll turn the turboprop off for a little bit.
I was trying to get it to focus on that piston head, but it will not do it.
I was going to say, yeah. When I come out this way, you might look in. Look the light a little different. Oh, this piston head, the one head you're talking about? This head you're talking about?
No, sweetheart.
The one that's on it?
This.
Oh, the top of the piston? Got it.
Yeah.
You notice too is that the marks are at the top of the piston.
Makes no sense, honey.
Huh?
It makes no sense.
Well, that's where the...
I can't get the camera. There we go.
On these... on the focus thing? I don't know. I can't tell you the camera.
You want to put the bag?
Huh?
You want to put the bag back over this?
Well, yeah, we could. I mean, I don't plan on blowing much around, but...
Well, you're blowing quite a bit around.
Okay. After I've already done it, it doesn't seem like I do that much to them, but there's actually quite a bit that gets done, I guess. Like I said, I tap out the holes, clean the surfaces while I'm here. Take the spark plugs out. I had some Autolite 45s in it, which they all look pretty decent actually. Kind of blackish, kind of richish, but it doesn't surprise me. This motor was running, had a tunnel ram on it, dual quads. I think it was running Holley 450s, but I'm not sure. I know it was set of Hollies, so it wouldn't surprise me to be on black. But they look pretty darn new. We are Autolite. Yeah, Autolite 45. This motor was actually in a street rod or a rat rod. I think it was a street rod that was one of those never got fully done. But not enough to drive. Cruise around on. So, my 93 Renegades.
Those exhaust ports are exactly the same
Yeah.
from those heads.
Well, that head I'm currently working on is a Dove head. So it's exactly the same head. That was on this other block. There's a 71 block that had Dove heads on it, which is not uncommon.
Well, I was just asking because we made the exhaust.
The exhaust ports, yeah, no, they're the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, this motor was running 70 and 68, 69 heads. 69. So these are C9 heads, and this is a 70 head. But they're pretty much. Oh, I watched that other video, baby, and it was funny how you time-lapse the piston thing on the table. That was cool. That was. And I didn't even have to be in the shot. It was just like pistons started showing. Disappear, reappear, disappear, reappear. An editing thing versus a... But I know, I think one of the phones, maybe one of the Apple phones or something, was advertising the slow-mo thing.
Well, the editing will let you do slow-mo.
Well, I'm just saying.
I've done it before.
I just remember one of the phones saying that it had it in the phone.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know. Of course, I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, I'm lucky to take a picture, let alone doing any other fancy thing with it. Picture and turning on the video, that's about all I'm good for. Oh, remind me too, when we go to look for header bolts, I inadvertently dumped the bag down the front of the drawers while a drawer was open. It was the one that was tape drive.
And so you didn't stop and pick up your mess. You just said, I'll remember.
I picked up a few. I didn't pick up none of them.
Dude.
I picked up a few of them. No, I didn't, yeah. I'll remember what happened.
Nina,
where's the header bolts?
can you look through these drawers and find these header bolts for me?
They're somewhere around here.
I don't like being the finder.
Baby, please.
I don't like it. It's not fair.
Find me, Mrs. Find it. That's what we can do, is just do a whole shuttle bus conversion. Turn the shuttle bus into the Monte Camino.
No.
That's what Tom Tetzloff would do.
I
Got a
don't care.
van nose
He's not
on it.
here, is he?
He's got a van on nose on it, and just chop that baby, get her, make it look
Is he
cool.
here?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Will a Cadillac headstand work for Ford Henry? Yep. Sure will. Poof.
So did you lap the valves?
No, I did not.
Okay.
They were all the valve seats had a shiny ring on them, and then all the valves too work smooth. And I mean, I hope this one comes out the same, but we'll see. What is this? That's where that vice grip went.
I think they're broken, and that's why they're up there.
What's wrong with them?
Well, try and use them and see. But I'm pretty sure
Well,
they're broke.
I don't have, other than the lamp it on me, I don't have anything to use it on at the moment. Okay. Did you see I had to repair on my...
Yes.
Why is this such a pain in the butt? Well, on most of the things, valve thingies, it would be like this. See this? This would be up here. Because I don't ever remember having that much problem of doing the tops of valves. You know, putting the keepers in, pulling them out. Other than that Nissan we did. That overhead cam thing. That was a pain in hookie. And so we get to this thing here. Well, this is why this cage and stuff is not handy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So we need more modification?
Well, yeah, why don't you let me get to the very last cylinder? No, I mean, I think there's things that can be done. I mean, I suppose this is supposed to be some kind of a universal thing, right? But I need my rubber hammer somewhere. That's one I stuck on the... Okay, thank you. Thank you for thanking me for thanking you.
I'll put the brass one on there to hold that bag down.
Okay. I mean, it's not unsurmountable what we need to do, but... So all the guides don't look bad. Like I said, it's almost like somebody had rebuilt the heads. I mean, on this motor, I think it certainly has been apart. The original motor, the 71, had never been apart. The reason we're using this one is, well, because these heads, the valve ends and all that stuff were so much better. The other one had a couple, not that it's that insurmountable, it had a couple valves at the end rockers where it dug in, and those would have to have been, well, the valve ends need to be re-valved end. And then when you do that, even though your seats and everything are good and your guides are good, it changes the rocker height. And so in the, I don't know if it was when they changed, but these are all screw-in studs. The 69, 70, 71 were screw-in rocker studs, which you can put the plates on these heads. That was another reason they don't require any machining. You can do these, undo these studs and put a plate on it, and then put the updated rockers on it if you want, roller tip rockers, or like we had in the hot rod Windsor motor with those roller tips. Put guides on it, stuff like that. Not a problem. But we didn't want to go through all that. I have 3 motors. So we can pick and choose what we want. These are the only screw-in rocker stud that I have. The other motor, so why I'm thinking 72, I think it's a 72, had the rail type rocker, which means that they are also bolt down rockers versus stud rockers, whereas with the hydraulic lifters and the valves, you just torque them down and they're done. And they have a fulcrum point that doesn't allow it to go from side to side because it's like a rail. And it keeps that rocker in place. You don't need guide plates with it. So that's how they got around not having guide plates. So let's take a look at these seats. Those heads is I could have I don't like the looks of that one. We might do a seal test on this one before we put it on the motor. It's where we turn her flat and fill it. See that it's kind of pitted? Pitty there?
Yeah.
I mean, what that's from is sitting there with the valve open, and I mean, that has a blem on it, but it doesn't, just like these, kind of blemmy, but not like all the way in. Having a mark on it's not bad, it necessarily means it's gonna leak, but all the seats are kind of shiny. The valves all look pretty decent, I think. I hadn't seen anything that was, that one's pretty crusty. Wonder if that's the same one.
Crusty or rusty?
Crusty. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the same one. That's this one. So yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It was like it had moisture or something on it too. And then it sat there open. And that's what kind of... The rest are clean, all dark. So, my next thing is I got to do the pit surface before we clean it. I am going to lap this one to see how. I think everybody else is fine. Perfect. But what from it looked like, that's not bad. Just to make sure I didn't get any compound down my guide. Blessings upon us on that one, baby. You what?
I just said you should have a touch mat underneath you.
Well, I got a watcher. She can watch where.
A watcher? Well, okay.
Lady watcher. She catches.
Watch it fall and bounce away.
Yeah, but she sees it. There it is. Weird. Somebody must have got a rag or something stuck when they did this one. It was like a fibrous material stuck on the inside of it. And it didn't just fly there, it was stuck. I mean, I had to scrape it off of it. Welcome to Road Toad Garage. Where we're currently at, you've seen portions of this build. I am going to put the stock intake back on it. This is an early Ford, well, this is a 71 block. It has the Dove head and a C9 head, which are both identical. I basically cleaned them up. These heads, looks like somebody had done a valve job on them not too long ago. I only had one valve that looked like it might have been setting up open with some moisture on it, but it cleaned up in just a few laps back, and all the other valves and seats were all shiny O-rings around them. So other than knocking what little bit of carbon was on them off and putting them back together, that was about it. So we put the heads back on it. This block, like I said, was kind of a mid-mileage block. I'd say 40, 50-ish on it. And so I didn't change the lifters. All the cam lube stuff looked good. So I did put pre-lube on, or pre-lube, engine assembly lube on it, and the lifters as I put them in, but they're all back in the same slot that they came out of. Push rods, however, from the original motor, I didn't care for them. So we used another set that were pretty clean from what I call the yellow motor, and all those push rods look good. I had all the rockers we cleaned up. I was able to get 14 good rockers out of 2 motors. 2 rockers that I used were the better of the other set, but I had to file down some ridges on them. Nothing I normally do, and I'd like to buy a couple originals, but it was extremely difficult to try to get a couple original rockers. I still haven't found them yet. Every time I go on, they want me to buy rockers from like a Cleveland. And if I knew they were, sometimes you don't get the descriptions for them right, because they have to be the same ratio and they have to be the same 7/16 stud. Some of them were not 7/16. Some of them were 3/8 studs, so you gotta be careful. So, that being said, I think they're good. I didn't want to go to all roller rockers, and not, because when you go roller rockers, then you got to put guide plates on it. If these are positive stop screw-in studs, which I guess at the very least I could change this. I'd have to change the studs. I'd have to put guide plates on it, in addition to getting the roller rockers, and then measure it for push rods, and possibly have to buy a whole set of push rods too at the right length. Or what it sounds like people have been doing is it's 2 sets of push rods, different lengths, 2 different length push rods, one for the intake side, one for the exhaust side. And then of course when you use guides, they have to be hardened rods, they can't be regular rods. So I just rather stay stock. Stock 365 horse stock motor. Even if I got to run a little bit of lead additive to it, some zinc in the oil, I don't have a problem with that. At least I'm not running 100 octane gas or anything like that. But so what I've done now is we just got done torquing the rockers. You'll see my marks on the harmonic balancer of staging the block and then torquing down the rocker studs to 20 foot-pounds sequentially, and then I just put the 2 end gaskets on. I used 3M weather strip adhesive on the bottoms of them. And then I use the weight of the intake, and then I'll let it set and dry, let those get pretty stuck down. And then I'll come back and we're going to put a belly pan on this, even though it has a cover pan underneath the exhaust section. I didn't like how it was full of a bunch of carbon from the oil baking on the bottom of the intake. So we're going to add the belly pan to it, which is its own little caveat of gluing and gasketing. Because you got to glue both sides of it, slap it down there, and torque her down. But they usually seal pretty good as long as you get enough goop on them. And we'll go from there. So I just put these down on there and glued them. So we're going to probably take a coffee break, let those set, and then probably after dinner, come back out, see if we can get her glued down and pressed on there. And then that'll pretty much close the motor up for us. I did some smoothing on the Toad Flow valve covers, which I think will look pretty good once they're finished on there. If I ever did want to go roller rockers, these are tall. But I think it came out pretty good. Got some holes in them, but I think I can fill those up. And that's about it. And yeah. It's looking pretty good. I think it's going to be a good, solid motor for us. My goal is to have this in and running before the end of this June. It needs to be moving by the end of June to be on schedule. I know I was hoping by the end of this month I'd have it running, at least started, but we're getting there. And we're in our rainy season, so we got to work, even though we're doing stuff inside, we still got to work around the rain. Also can't paint stuff, the humidity just throws everything off. You try to paint a part or something like that to keep it from flash rusting. All my push rods, humidity and all my push rods just sitting on the, cleaned and sitting out one night, all flash rusted on it. So here's temporary valve covers, set them on there, keep the dust out. That's it. Catch up in a bit. Probably when we go to torque down this intake. Alright, what's another thing I was afraid of? This pan is going to mess with it. So, here's the alternative. Cut the rivets, take this pan off, and use that, or I just use the gaskets.
That's your call.
No, this is going to be, what do you think?
Well, I think it's filthy under that pan that's riveted on. Because you saw stuff flying out. And you can't clean and put on there.
Alright, let's do it. Here. What I'm doing now is just getting them all down, touching, so that it's starting on square. And that they all start.
I can hold it for you. I
Okay.
just need to know where you